All right, so today I've got some of the inner wire of the video, or of the wire that Justin sent me. So let's see here, starting with 23.29 grams. And we're going to do the same thing. So the other wires did really well without incineration. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this without incinerating as well. And I'll explain that again. I'm not incinerating due to the size of the actual material, right? I mean, as soon as I put a torch on that, it's all gonna burn, melt, and probably make bigger pieces. So we're just gonna let that do its thing here, just the way it is. And so 26. This is probably gonna take close to 100 milliliters of distilled water, or 100 milliliters of distilled water and 100 milliliters of nitric to get a proper, well, just from the calculations, but I'm going to start with 50. So I'm actually going to put a little bit more distilled water in so we can do 3 to 1. Let's see here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of just tilt this in here, get a good swirl. There we go. Put that on the heat. So I tipped that over so it wasn't hitting the wires right away, and it would get a good mixed in the liquid right off the bat. And if I don't do that and it hits the wire, it immediately just starts spurting. So it seems to work pretty good. Get a top on that. Let's get some heat. And let's see how far that gets us. Alright, looks like our reaction is just about died down with these. And we can see the solution is fairly green. So, or a really dark blue, so it's probably easy to say that there's plenty of copper in the solution. Let's see what we have left here. So it looks like we still have quite a bit of material down at the bottom there. Let's see. Of course it keeps going. So we're going to add some more. And we're just going to micro it in now. I probably could put another 50 in, but with how hot the solution is, that's going to be dangerous. I imagine we're going to get pretty good reaction right off the bat with just 4 or 5 milliliters in. Not too bad. So we'll go 4, 8, 12. And let that cook for a little while longer. Alright, I'd say our reaction is ready to roll. Let's see if we've got any material left or if we got to put some more nitric in there. Nope, we are good. Perfect. There might be a lot more silver on here than copper. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna take my gloves off, operate the phone. Perfect. All right. that guy. Alright, get the vacuum hooked up. Go ahead and dilute that. That's still kind of hot. We're going to wait for the filter, just for that to cool down a little bit. Alright, now that we're cooled down, let's go ahead and filter our solution out here. Pretty clear to begin with. But just in case we missed anything. Probably get my gloves on here. All right, and I'll come back when we've got this bad boy filtered out. All right, she's all filtered out, looking good. I think we can go ahead and cement the silver out of this solution. I do a couple of taps for those last drops that hang out on the bottom of the Buckner funnel. So, just looking at the color here, I imagine it's pretty saturated with copper. Hopefully we get some, well, we know we're going to have some silver. I guess the main objective here is to see how much silver we get out of there. So we will we'll wait, let this cement out. And I'll definitely do this one overnight, so I'll take a look at it tomorrow, and just so we get an exact amount, so we can get a good good estimate. Well, hopefully not an estimate, but an exact amount of silver. We got little bits coming off there. I'm not thinking there's going to be huge numbers coming off of this, but who knows? Maybe we'll be surprised. All right, so we're wrapped up here. It's been well over 24 hours since we put this copper in solution to cement out the silver, and now it's time to clean. So let's see here. Did pretty good. Came down a nice one in one nice sheet. Sweet. Settled really fast too. Alright, let's go ahead and pour that off. Oh, there's a chunk. We got floaters. Wasn't a huge chunk, but let's just take that into consideration. There we go. Let's give this a couple rinses. One. Two. And the last one. See if I can squirt some of this stuff down off the edge here. Yes. You're leaving. All right. Kids leaving. We cooked some pretty good dinner tonight. All right. And last rinse before we start going to all right. Well, let's start evaporating this moisture and get a weight on this bad boy. All right, and always looks like way more than it actually is when it's cemented out. It looks nice and fluffy. All right, let's see if we can get a decent measurement on this. See here, I'm going to try and get everything off the bottom. That's what the back side of the brush is for, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't get instructions with this thing. Back to the stir rod. Nope, that stuff is definitely on there. All right, I think we're good to go. We've definitely given it the best shot we can. All right. All right, let's get a measurement on this bad boy. A little moisture on the bottom of it, that'd be all right. Would you look at that? We've got 1 gram. One gram of silver out of 24 grams for the inside. So I think the outside, definitely the outer protective shell definitely has the most. Let's see. So we definitely have to find a way to economically recover this. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I almost sneezed and lost all of this. So let me know if you got any ideas. Burning would obviously be the easiest, right? I just chuck the whole thing in, start a fire, let it rip. There's no question about that. There's no question that that would be the easiest. But we're also trying to be economically savvy, right? We don't want to... I melted my brush. We want to look out for creating a whole bunch of pollution. So, let me know what you come up with. I think I want to try a food granulator for like dog food, and we'll see how that works. I gotta pick one up yet. That might be worth investigating. See if we can at least chew it up enough to have the acids do what it needs to do. But that's the biggest challenge, is stripping it all. And, you know, without buying a $3,000 wire granulator. But, yeah, let me know what you think of, and we'll see if we can test it. So, there's been a couple of people who have asked me about my my lab here. And so, there it is. Nothing crazy. SMB, nitric. I got my rags and nitric down there. More distilled water. I've got, yeah, just my hot plate. You guys see this on a daily. And then, yeah, just my beakers. If you guys have any ideas for storage, I'd really like something to like hang those on. But yeah, I just built it out of some 2x. It's actually mostly pallets. So I had some spare lumber for the plywood up top, and I just spray painted it. It's never looked good, the spray paint. Probably should have been rolled, but eventually I'd like to get plastic in here so that it looks better. And now I have decoration here with my new logo. Thanks again, Matt. And then up top I just have some storage, and what I did was basically I need to redo this, but it's just a 200 CFM fan that comes down 4-inch pipe, and then this was an existing dryer and I just utilized it, just hooked up to it. And see, there's another one over there. Old house problems, yeah buddy. So that's the second hole I'd like to use for my I'll put a new one in there, but I want to get a cell down here, well, like the cabinet space for my copper cell and my silver cell, and then I'll just run another fume hood up and out, and it'll keep everything out of the way. It'll keep it nice and clean, fumes all in one area in a tight little box that's getting vented, all 100% of the time. But yeah, and I got to figure out a power source. So I'm running out of power. I only got well, I don't have, I've got to basically alternate. So every time I want to use my little LED light or my my light pad, I have to disconnect that USB, which isn't the end of the world. When you keep those USBs out and unplugged, they get, oh, you like my little fix for my shadow? That's how I got rid of the shadow. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Anyways, all right, track on and back, LEDs. So I need more power so I can put my, you know, well, you leave them out like when it's unplugged, because I don't use that very often. You know, my LED light is obviously the most important thing, right? That's how I see in here. But I do turn it off when I do the those light pad videos, just so that you can really see the light coming up through the solution. But because it's out all the time, it's rusted bad, and so it probably on the verge of needing a new one, and just would like to have extra space so it could just stay plugged in. Wow, what a crazy last couple of days. So actual temp I think was like 95, but the feels like, you know, it always says feels like on there, was 115 and 118 today. It was pretty brutal. I was running and gunning on no cooling calls. No production. It was actually all comfort cooling, thankfully. But yeah, it was a show. Anyways, so you get 2 videos in one. You get the I missed yesterday. Apologize. Had some unexpected company over, and it was actually really nice. I haven't seen them in a long time, so it was good catching up. But so sorry I missed the video yesterday, but you're gonna get the 2-for-1 kind of today. I put some of yesterday's footage in there, and the new refining too on that wire. So Justin, there's the insides of that wire. It's a pain to strip the inside of that stuff. I'll tell you what. I can see if we can get a granulator or something, a cheap one, you know, like a dog food one, something that you know, doesn't completely blow the budget if you know, if you're only getting that wire, you know, every once in a while. And we'll test it. We'll see if it works or not. But anyways, winnings, right? 500 subscriber winners. I got your stuff out today. Actually, my wife did. Thank you, Tasha. She made that happen. I finally got all the addresses, so we just did that in one stop. So you should see that in the next couple of days. The beakers I actually ordered right off of Amazon and had them sent to you from Amazon. I don't trust my shipping, and I just want them to reach the destination accordingly. So the other stuff I'm not too worried about, you know, breaking in the mail. But beakers, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.